did you have it on 4? Look at she fucking me over.
At least our eyes are operating.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, Monty here with another episode, another edition of Hey, Chill, it's just a podcast. Sorry it took us so long to get going. No, I just had a whole catastrophe that just happened before this all just started, and I just spilled everything. Well, I didn't spill nothing, but I knocked everything over, and
he sucked the foam out of the soda.
He sure did. The way that man just said, he's a pro.
I ain't gonna lie. If Diddy was here, he'd be proud.
Proud. So proud, bro.
God, dude.
Diddy is like clapping his hands.
And y'all from New York too?
Round of applause.
All right, let's not compare me and Diddy. Oh, nah. Anyway, it's another week here, another show. You feel me?
Nah.
You dig? We should chew out Tay for scaring us last week. You feel me?
Yeah, Tay been tired.
Tay fell asleep on us. We thought she was kidnapped.
I thought
We thought she was down bad.
Definitely thought you was in the trunk in New Mexico.
No, I woke up and didn't know where the hell I was for real. So,
Oh my god.
you know those moments when you didn't sleep and you didn't realize that you fell asleep and you're waking up and you like, what the fuck is this? Where am I?
I'm sorry.
So you ain't ever woke up kind of like scared, jumping up like, yo, where am I? What is today?
No, because I know where I put my head at.
That's what I'm like.
I know I'm safe. Now, if I'm fucked up, like drunk or whatever.
I was about to say, now if I'm like super fucked up and I
just wake up.
So y'all ain't never had an instant where it's just like first instinct when as soon as you wake up, the first thing you're thinking is like you jumping out of your sleep. It's like, hold on, where am I? But you know where you are. It's just like,
I ain't gonna lie, I've had one of those.
Exactly.
But I was drunk though. I woke up on the floor
if I'm in a situation where like I am sleeping somewhere that's not my bed, there is like sometimes where I'll have like I'll wake up and then I'll have that moment of like realization like, oh wait, I'm not in my bed, I'm somewhere else.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I do like sometimes have that.
But I was in my bed. I just didn't know that I fell asleep. So
Yeah, she just fell asleep on us, said fuck the show, fuck us. We didn't matter to her, you know?
You missed it. That girl was unique.
She was a cool chick.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
And she had stickers.
She has stickers.
She did have stickers.
And
she had
keychains.
keychains.
I like stickers. Oh yeah, because she got the
We don't want to hear about it. You wasn't here.
She has essentials. No, she sells essentials. She's keychains, little. Wow, your vape looks very advanced.
High tech. Yep.
It looks like a normal vape.
No, it don't.
Oh no. No. This is the Vape 3000.
The Vape 3000
Comes with 3 different mods.
Y'all, we are not pushing the use of vapes on this show.
Yeah, right. Like you're just trying to like.
It just looks cool. Sorry, I got distracted.
It looks cool. It doesn't even really look that cool.
It did
to be
look cool
honest.
when he breathed in on it.
Haters are gonna hate.
When he
Lovers
blew
are
on
gonna
it.
love.
Pause. There's too much pausing going on. Too much.
But
Anyway.
Little bit.
you know the weird shit about that though?
What's that?
Like the pause movement. Like we're all about equality and everybody treat everybody with like respect and if you're gay now, who cares? But soon as someone does some sus shit, everybody's just like, gay, no Diddy. Well, you get sus as fuck, bro. Like, but I thought we were all cool with it. So it's one of those things.
That just goes to show that everybody ain't always been cool with it.
Yeah, so how do y'all
It's
feel
called
about
accepting?
how y'all feel about
accepted.
Biden making Easter non-transgender visibility
Bro,
day
I swear to
or
God.
some shit like that?
Oh, he said no transgenders. You can't be a transgender.
No,
on
it's
Easter?
like transgender visibility day or something
What's
like that.
It doesn't matter what you think.
That's what.
I don't know what that means though.
Fuck.
What does that mean?
But did you see it though?
No. 'cause
Yes,
I
I
don't know
did.
what it
All right,
means.
so I did see it. And my thing is like Easter has nothing to do with any of that. You know what I'm saying? So why are you going to incorporate that into Easter? Like,
I am
it just made no sense.
confused.
And then they had this whole freaking egg hunt at the White House and shit. Like, what the
And you're
fuck?
still continuing on, and I don't know what this trans visibility thing is.
You didn't see it Sunday
No,
when
I didn't
everybody
look.
was
I didn't
making an
participate.
uproar about it because he was like, "We're going to name this holiday transgender visibility
Well,
day."
if we're gonna be completely honest, all that is doing is going along with what it actually is. Everybody celebrates Easter and goes on these Easter egg hunts and don't even know where Easter came from.
I mean, it's like most holidays. Like, a lot of people don't know.
So I'm not going to go into an uproar behind it, because if you understood the background of Easter, then you'd understand.
my point about
That's
it
what that
is,
shit
though,
about.
it's just like Easter doesn't have to do with that particular like thing.
Easter does.
It has
Resurrection Day doesn't.
So what is it? What is Easter then?
Isn't it like
No. You can't ask.
Okay, not gonna say
you can't
isn't
say
it.
Isn't it?
Okay, so from what I've read, it was a deity, Esther. Wasn't it? Well, I'm saying wasn't it? It was a deity, Esther, but it was like they performed a lot of like sexual kind of like rituals during that time frame. You know, nasty things they did. But I mean that's like the Roman. What is it? The Saturn. When Saturn comes around type thing, they all have like this big old orgy type thing. Like a lot of pagan religions are very sex driven and around those type of situations. So hearing him say that he wants Easter to be that day doesn't surprise me. It makes sense. We are coming to the end.
Everybody that's watching this right now, if we can get some history, all pastors or somebody in the church of different origins.
No, really, that would be great.
Let's break down Easter. What is really Easter?
Where did Easter come from?
Because honestly, all I did for Easter was eat a ham sandwich.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know where Easter came from. I don't really care. I don't really celebrate it.
Like, who came up with the name of Easter?
I think a lot of these holidays are just made so that they can make money, so that corporations can make money off of people buying into Easter baskets, Easter eggs, chocolates, all that type of shit. You know, just like Christmas is just an excuse for everybody to go out and spend a whole bunch of money on people.
You know, Amun-Ra was the actual person born December 25th, not Jesus. But go off.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, moving on. So
you're welcome.
So yeah, this week we have a bunch of videos we're gonna talk about, some Diddy stuff.
Pause.
We're gonna get pause.
You gotta say pause whenever you say Diddy now.
You just have to just say pause.
We need a no Diddy button.
No, really, no Diddy.
Yep.
The funny part about it is like we all knew this for so long already.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get into the topics. First, we're gonna start off with the self-awareness segment. Instead of doing our goods and bads for the week, we're gonna talk about one good thing that we like about ourselves and one bad thing that we feel like we need to improve on with ourselves. You know, like just generally speaking, like in your everyday life, everyday relationships, you know, friendships, whatever, just what you feel like you can improve on yourself. So let's start with the goods. Ed?
The goods. What I love about myself, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a go-getter. I'm a hype man. True and true. You know what I'm saying? True supporter. Whatever you got going on, I'm always there somehow, some way. You know, I love that about myself. No matter who supports you, if I see it and I like it, you got a supporter right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, make sure you add the gentleman.
Especially ladies. I'm here
there
to
we
support.
Go.
I'm here to support y'all.
I knew it was coming.
I can actually see that. Yeah, you do be like supporting a lot of people and sharing shit and comments and all that. I do be peeping that shit, man. So yeah,
he be on it. Something that I like about myself, I like the fact that I'm as understanding as I am. It helps me with a lot of my relationships, not just romantic friendships, acquaintance, things like that. I feel like it makes me a great person all around, for real. So that's one thing that I love about myself.
Fair.
In all standing, get understanding.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
One thing I like that I like about myself is how much I care about everything. Like everything that I invest my time into, how much I care about it and how much effort and energy I put into it. I always care, whether it's a relationship, friendship, my work, my life. I care, you know, because I feel like I could live a life where I'm just like, whatever, and just not care. But I care. You know what I'm saying? But then that leads, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
I'm waiting for him to get to the bads, and he say, "What's something you don't like about yourself?"
Right. So we'll go on reverse cycle here. So I'll because that leads me into where the bad start is that I don't know how to handle stressful situations very well, and I sometimes don't know how to talk to people very well. Like I express myself when I want to get my point across. I try to be blunt, but I can be really harsh about things. And I've noticed that about myself. And sometimes when I care about something deeply, it just turns the dickhead switch on. So it's that's one of my big downfalls. I feel like that I need to really adjust and work on and learn how to talk to people when I'm stressed. You know what I mean? What you got?
Oh, I'm perfect. No, my hermit. I'm a hermit. Don't you press a sound.
Stop the cap.
There we see. There we go. All right. Well, worst part about myself that I do not like is the fact that I'm a hermit. I will just disappear, and I wouldn't say I don't care about disappearing, because I do think about how everybody feels about me disappearing a lot. However, being that I start thinking about how everybody feel about me disappearing, it makes me want to stay in my hole even more, because I don't feel like dealing with it. So yeah, that's my worst trait, is I'll disappear.
Okay. Ed?
When it comes to support, there's always a con. And I am very naive and gullible, ladies and gentlemen. And I've heard it before. I've heard it from people. Some people might see the bad. I always see the good in people before I see the bad. And by the time I see the bad, it's too late, because I'm just like, damn, I can't believe you fucked me over. But that's just me.
Oh, wow. See, I think about the worst case scenario first.
Nah, I always give people a clean slate. Like, I'm not going to look at your situation or look how you, or just put an assumption on who you are off rip. I'm going to be like, cool, let's see how he rock or she rock. And then 9 times out of 10, you give it long enough, they always somehow fuck you over.
Yeah.
So that's about it. Very nice.
That's why I do my research. I'm a PI. You ain't finna fuck me over.
I mean, but you never really know when you're going to get fucked over by somebody. Like, because things can just happen at the blink of an eye. Like, something can be so perfect, and then just out of nowhere, it's
But I
just
feel
not.
like it's always signs to show you that they have the potential of fucking you over. So it's like, in your head, you have to know. It's like you see it, and it's like, this could possibly be it, but it could possibly not be. So then you just take the chance of, I'm going to do it, even though this might happen. Or you can go, I know that this probably will happen, so I'm just going to do this, but not think nothing serious of it,
Yeah, I think like because for me it's more or less I'm always looking at habits and how habits change, or just like change in behaviors when I'm dealing with somebody. So it's like I don't want to necessarily say that I can always tell when something's going on, or I can start catching vibes, because there has been times where I was like clueless until I wasn't, and it kind of threw me off guard. But then there's been times where I started catching on to things, and I'm like, then my guard started going up, and then I started really catching on, and then it ended up being exactly what I thought it was. So I definitely can like sometimes scope it out, but not every time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people are really good at hiding things. Like, I've definitely seen some shorties who are freaking sneaky. Like, there was this one time, I was like 18, maybe 19. There was this chick that I was messing with, and shorty had a boyfriend. I already knew she did, but she was sleeping over my house or whatever, and he had called her in the morning, and she had answered, and she was talking to him on the phone, and you already know what was going on the other end. And it was just like the way she was able to just kind of mask and just like keep the conversation going with him for a few minutes, and then just be like, I'm gonna call you back, I'm about to hop in the shower. And he didn't even really know what was going on. I'm just like,
those are exciting calls.
I had one, bro. We was at the King's Hotel. I think it was either in Norfolk or Virginia Beach, dealing with a shorty, bro. She was married. Dude was in Texas, and shorty like legit had a whole conversation. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see you next week, and da 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 da. And when she hit that I love you, click up the phone, and immediately started gobbling dick, that actually gave me more trust issues than anything. She's actually one of the reasons why I don't trust women, because that whole I love you shit, boy.
Well, I will kill somebody behind some shit like that.
But that's why I'm like, because I mean, there's situations, man. Like me personally, I don't say I love you unless I really mean I love you. Like, if I really don't feel like I have like actual love for you, I wouldn't say I love you to somebody. Like, that's whether that's a girl that I'm seeing or even a homeboy. Because I have a bunch of people who are just like, yo, love you, bro, love you, Monty, and I just be like, okay. Like all the time, bro. And
they shouldn't take that as an offense, because like you said, don't say it if you don't mean it.
Yeah, like, I just like, because to me, love is a strong thing. Like, whether it's like on a friendship level or a romantic level, especially on a friendship level, love to me is like it's a strong bond that has to be built through time. Like, there's only a select few people in this world that I'll be like, yo, I love you, bro.
I disagree. I feel like I don't feel like love has to be built over time. I feel like love resides in a person regardless.
Well,
so they can genuinely have love for everybody. Not to be in love is something totally different. Your the aspect of the love, like how far it goes, how deep it is, stuff like that.
Question for you, teacher. Was I generalizing or speaking for myself though? Because right there, I was speaking for myself.
Oh, well,
I'm not trying to speak for everybody else. For myself personally, I'm sorry, I didn't.
And that's fine. As you say that for yourself personally, and I'm saying for myself.
That's just how it is. Yeah, that's how it is for me personally, though. It takes me time to like really build love for somebody. I can't just meet you and be like, yeah, I love you. I love you. I just can't do it. Like it's got to be trust built through time. Like every relationship's a relationship to me. Like I'm talking like even my closest homeboys. Like the second one of my homeboys do me dirty, I don't love you the same. Like I might still have love for you. We've been through a lot for all the goods, but it's just, you know, now that's tainted and now we're just kind of on a whole different scale of things, you know, where I'll still talk to you. We can still chill here and there, but it's not going to be the same like it was, you know? So that's just how it is for me. Cause once that bond is broken in any way, shape or form, that's
it's kind of hard to rekindle that shit, but that's with anything though. Like,
yeah.
See, and that's when you love from a distance, though. See, I guess the only reason why I say like that, I feel that way, is because I feel like that's something that's lacking in the world in general, because of how everybody looks at it. Everybody looks at love as something that's, oh, you got to be real careful about love. Nope, you can't just love everybody. You can love everybody. You can't trust everybody, maybe. You know, you can love somebody, like I said, from a distance. It's like, yeah, you are a shitty person. I love you enough to go, you know, I wouldn't do nothing to harm you. I love you enough to, if I could, like if it was life or death type situation, I can help you. I will help you type thing. So, but I got to distance myself.
A completely disgusting racist person comes up to you, love them?
Yes.
You're weird.
You still, but I get why she said that.
That's how everybody should be.
Yeah, I get why she said that, because I love the fact that you can speak up for yourself. Like some people will be racist behind your back.
Exactly. You can be like really, the fact that you can be honest and true to you in front of me. I love that for you. I love that for you.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Do I like your behavior? Hell no. I do not like your behavior. I do not like your choices. However, I do love you because I love life in general.
Yeah.
Now, do I feel like I can be honest and say, as a human, sometimes I'd be like, everybody don't deserve life, but that's just me being human, and I feel like that's just that nastiness coming in. But genuinely, I do love. I feel like everybody should love and have compassion. You ain't got to be in love with a motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, I have love and compassion for people that I care about, not for everybody though. Like, to me, it's just going to take too much energy for me to love everybody. There's billions of people on this earth.
Exactly.
I don't care about 99.9% of them. I can tell you that. Like, it's like people who I interact with on it doesn't have to be a consistent basis, but if it's at least on occasion that I'm linking with individuals and I build relationships with them through time, then yeah, like we're cool. But if it's somebody I don't know who lives in freaking somewhere over there, you know what I mean, that I've never interacted with and I probably never will, I don't.
Isn't that kind of crazy though? Like in our life, we won't even meet 10% of this world.
Yeah.
Think about it. In your whole entire existence, you won't meet 10% of this world. You mean
you won't meet, or you will?
You won't.
No,
you
won't meet 10%. Oh, you won't even meet 10%.
You won't even meet 10%.
Okay, I get it.
You'll probably only meet like 0.1% at the most.
I feel like majority of us, now you'll see like artists or actors, they'll meet a bunch of people and stuff like that. But people like us right now,
the average person,
yeah, we probably 100,000 people in our lifetime, if that. Don't quote me, but 100,000 new people.
Yeah, I guess.
No, yeah, I agree with that 100%. I mean, but even celebrities though, like a lot of these people they're meeting, it's like the fans especially. A lot of it, they're not. I mean, they might do a meet and greet that lasts 30 seconds, but like, what are you really accomplishing in 30 seconds of meeting somebody? You know what I mean? Like,
you can accomplish
they're not remembering what their names are.
Exactly,
after they leave.
That's what
like
I'm saying.
They don't really. You know what I mean? Like when you're talking about, I'm talking about build relationships. Like you won't even get to a 0.00001% of people that you'll actually talk to, interact with. Like we go through people, a lot of people in our lives. I'm sure that we've all met thousands of people between all of us, you know? But like, how many of those people do we really remember? Like, I know, I can guarantee you that there's a show that you've smashed in your day that you probably don't remember. You probably did it, but you probably don't remember it because it probably wasn't that memorable.
I'm sorry.
I do. I remember. Actually, to the point where I had one. No, I had actually two hit me up. What's today? Monday? Saturday night, I got tagged in a post. And she was like, yo, you remember this song? And I was going to post it on my story. And I was just like, hold on. Nah, fuck that. But as soon as she played that song, all the memories came back. And I was like, yo.
Oh, I know how that be.
And that shit made me like, my bottom of my stomach got tight. And then she was like, yeah, remember how you used to wear bandanas all the time? Da-da-da-da-da, whoop-de-whoop.
Bandanas, huh?
T-Pain.
This man thought he was a thug.
I don't know, but see,
he still do.
No, but see, the crazy thing about it, bro, I almost growing up, I stayed almost getting my ass whooped because my favorite color is blue. So I would wear blue Monday through Sunday, every day, and I would put the blue bandana around my head, everything like that, because I don't believe in gang shit. I just believe in what I like. So I would just roll around. People be like, "What's up, G?" Like, I'm wearing this shit. I don't care what you got going on.
And I mean, that's fair enough because I mean, I probably would be the same way. Like, I feel like I'm lucky where I grew up most of my life. Like, my younger life there was really no like gang members around. And if anybody said they were repping, they weren't. Like, they just said they were. So I didn't really have to deal with that. I mean, when I came down here, I kind of already knew better. And but I don't like really wearing red, and I really don't like wearing blue either because I don't feel like I look good in those colors. So I'm more of black. I wear like the same things, like olive green. I can rock some olive green, some brown, some
bring some color to this boy's khakis.
No, but here's the thing though. So true story, bro. When I was in like my middle school years, I was wearing like not neon, but like different colored, like brighter colored, like V-necks and fucking weird looking collared shirts and shit. Like, bro, I was at a weird phase in my middle school years where I was wearing like...
Was it like the Hollister phase? Because I ain't gonna
No, I was never into Hollister.
Hollister, Aeropostale.
Aeropostale, yes. I'm gonna say I did most of my shopping at Aeropostale, Kohl's, Burlington. I really wasn't into like Hollister or American Eagle because they were too expensive. So like my mom, when she would take us clothes shopping for school, she would give us a budget for clothes of how much we can spend. And it was typically about $200, $250 around there. And so I would go through Kohl's, Burlington, Aeropostale because they always had cheap deals. And I would find all the cheap deals and all the clothes. I would try to get as much as I could out of that $200 to where my brother, he was going to Hollister, American Eagle, those were really the only two over there at the time, but he would go to those two stores and he would only he would get like 2 pairs of jeans and maybe like 3 shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like he was getting all of the more expensive stuff. And even still to this day, I think, I mean, maybe not now, but recently he was still into like watches and shoes and stuff. Like I just was never into that type of stuff, to like more expensive stuff. And
see, luckily me and my brother, we were damn near the same size. I was not always this big, ladies and gentlemen. And if you know me, I wasn't.
He wasn't. I will say he was skinny. I remember.
Yeah, like I was not always as big. So me and my brother, we were in the same.
Y'all sure did. Damn sure did.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. We got big. Y'all watching our old videos, like from 2 years ago, we were tiny compared to now. I don't know what the fuck.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, but me and my brother, bro, he was in middle and I was in high school. We were only like a year apart, so it was so easy. All right, you get this and I get that. The only thing we couldn't do was shoes. Other than that, we was rocking. It's like switching out, right?
That's how me and my sisters were. We could all wear the same. We wore the same size shoe too, so it's like we was swapping shoes, outfits, all of that.
It wasn't until high school. I think I was like a sophomore. He was a freshman, and then that's when motherfuckers started looking and be like, "Hold on, wait a minute." That's when we stopped that shit.
Oh, see.
But Hollister,
I ain't never care.
Yeah, Hollister and all that, or we'll go to Walmart and get the little cartoon tees. I remember one year we went to City Trends. Worst mistake of my life. I got joked on so fucking bad Because City Trends jeans were just like stiff. You never had to iron them. Like you just didn't have to do anything to them. You can stand them bitches up.
Yo, that's kind of crazy that you say something about ironing. So I'm realizing that I've never really been the one to really give too much of a fuck. Honestly.
Really?
When it comes to school shopping.
Hey, you petty as shit.
Really? Auntie? Damn.
Oh, shit.
No, really though. Like you said, school shopping, I go to Walmart. Go to Walmart, give me some jeans, give me a couple of shirts, mix and match them. Good. Graphic tees. Perry the Platypus. I like me some cartoon shit.
I think the older we get, the less we give a fuck about our everyday appearance. Sure. Like if there's an event, then we'll dress up for it and stuff like that. But we really necessarily do not care. Yeah. Like even if and D-Lo, he's more of an expensive dresser and stuff like that. Me personally, if I'm spending over $100 or $200, I don't give a fuck because some people be like, "Oh, didn't you already wear that?" Bitch,
I'm gonna wear this as many times as I want to.
Run that shit back again.
Like, shit. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I've always like, if the clothes still fit, I'm still gonna wear them.
As you should.
If they don't fit no more, then I'll get rid of them.
See,
ain't that the point?
I'm in a denial.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, some people like they'll wear some clothes for a little bit and then they'll just like get rid of them. Like they're just oh yeah, I just don't wear this. I wore it once out and then just never wear it again. Me personally, if I wear something out once, I'm just gonna keep wearing it when I go out.
See, I keep my shit for motivation because, like I said, I did get bigger, so my closet is filled with mediums and smalls and stuff that I used to be able to fit in. I paid good money for, and I tell myself, "All right, brother, you're gonna lose that weight, and you're gonna have a whole new wardrobe all over again."
No, really, that's my closet. It's filled with a bunch of mediums and larges, and it's jeans in there that I probably should have got rid of a little while ago. But I said, "Nah," because I'm gonna get thick again, and I'm gonna be able to fit it.
That's not funny.
I know.
I'm only laughing because he looked at me. That's it.
It's okay though because I mean I was just sitting over here sitting in my own sadness because I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm starting to get.
I actually have full faith that you will get to the level of thickness.
You gotta eat peanut butter sandwiches.
I eat peanut butter.
I mean, just take some like Ed advice. Just go have another kid.
That's not gonna happen.
Ed advice.
Bro,
that works, yes, because that's when I was at my thickest. But still,
each kid, I put on 60 pounds on my mama.
Yeah,
on my mama, I put on 60 pounds with each kid.
I just want the weight, not the baby. Sorry.
Just eat a lot. Eat a lot of candy. Snack a lot. Just eat a lot of things that are bad for you. Don't work out at all, and you'll get fat.
That's just getting fat. I said I want to be thick, not fat.
Well, once you get fat, you can just do it like everybody else and then start.
I'm not paying nobody. I'm not laying on no table. I'm scared.
Wait,
I was scared to get cut open to get my kid out.
Are we talking about like plastic surgery?
No. You get the fat transfer.
Yeah, nah.
I'm scared. No, thank you.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't want no surgical procedures that are just gonna like. I mean, if you want to suck some fat out, cool. But like, that's about it.
Nah, once I hit 60 and this shit stopped working, if it stops working, I'm putting a pole in my shit. My shit will work until I'm dead.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like that's.
Disturbing.
All right, so what we're going to do now is go ahead and move on to the videos that we got before we get into the other topics. This first video, I just want you guys to give me your opinions on how you feel about this because I saw this and instantly got mad. Like, was just like, yo, why? You know what I mean? So now I want to get y'all's opinions on it. So check this out.
Why?
Because, yes.
Nigga, we at them though. They act like a soul. Hold on, bro. I like bows. I act like soul. I act like
little kids, man.
You like bows?
We know what it is. We know what it is. A bear. We listen. No shit. Like that shit. Let him hit.
Look at them pretending to hit whatever that is. Like, that's just sad. How does that make y'all feel?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I am, for starters, I start to think about my childhood when I see them passing around that little, the little wood, so called. And then I start thinking about the little cigarettes that they used to sell to us in the ice cream trucks. and how we used to just walk around acting like we was puffing a cigarette because it was cool because all of the adults are doing it.
You talking about those sugar sticks?
Yeah, the sugar sticks that look like cigarettes. They came in a box that looked like a pack of cigarettes and everything.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Exactly.
I know exactly what
so
you're talking
immediately,
about.
that's all I can think about, and all I'm going to is, dang, really? They doing what we did? We just fucking them up more.
It's just, to me, really sad to see little kids just swaying guns around like that and acting like how they're seeing people on the internet acting and stuff like that. It's just, those kids were like 3-4 years old.
Is it even on the internet?
They're definitely not no 3 or 4.
But I mean, their influences around them too. That's what I mean. It's just like,
yeah, exactly. So you can't really blame the child. You blame, but you can't necessarily blame the child, and you can't. They're a product of their environment.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
so.
What I'm saying,
it's like one of those things, because like if you see it, it's not like they had now. If they had like real guns and they had a blunt and shit like that. Okay, yes.
Where are your parents?
I will be very disappointed. But like Tay said, with the smoking and the Nerf guns, if we had cameras back in the day, think about it like this: back in the day, we had track phones and flip phones. The camera quality was garbage.
Yeah.
But if we had phones like nowadays and we could post things on the internet, we would be monsters.
Bro, now it make me think about it, like with the little girls just going around twerking nowadays. When I was a kid, they used to do pop that booty, 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 and then the percolator and all of that, like the crybaby and all of that. Like that was big when we were younger. It's just
I feel like it just wasn't as exposed as it is today, and that's the thing. Is like now the kids have the internet, so it's like they're like the parents, it's a lot harder for them to like really monitor what their kids are watching and stuff, because kids are smart. They'll figure out ways to get around parental advisories and securities and whatever. Like I'm sure that there's kids who snuck into their parents' phones, changed the settings back up, and the parents didn't even know because they weren't paying attention.
You gotta and for those kids to do that, then those parents got to acknowledge that shit and get them into programs that's going to benefit them later on in life. Mm-hmm. If you're smart enough to go on my phone behind my back and you have time management that well, and your brain capacity knows, okay, cool, I can switch this code, do everything I need to do, and they'll never know, then baby, we need to get you ready for the FBI or CIA because you are a goat. But people don't think like that. They think of punishing those people. But if they already have a natural gift for it, put them in the right.
That's like a conversation I was having with someone not too long ago, saying how everybody has a use, even if we feel like they don't. You know, we just have to learn.
Use,
we just have to learn how to use them. And instead of getting mad at children because they behave a certain way, it's like, think more so, well, they picked up on that pretty quick. These are smart ass kids. Maybe we should just put them in this instead, you know?
My son is 2.
What's so funny?
My son is 2.
I just had some inner thoughts that are just funny to use that against things,
and
certain behaviors.
He can go through YouTube, he can go through the internet, and his little fingers be swiping, and he knows the videos, he knows how to go on the videos and shorten them up and go to the little speed button, do all this shit like that. I look at it like, okay, cool, these kids are going to be more advanced than we are anyway. So we might as well put them in the right track, bro. Like stop doing a disadvantage to these kids.
That's what I'm saying. Is like there's just so many bad influences out here for the kids, man. And it's like it's what they're seeing on a day-to-day basis. Even kids who aren't living in that environment, like kids who are living in the suburbs, have better lives and shit like that. Like they're seeing this and they're just like, it's so cool. Like this is so cool. It's also because it just seems as if negativity is entertaining. You know what I mean? Like negative influences, bad, like
ignorance is entertaining.
Exactly.
Because like how entertaining would it be to just have? No, honestly, no. I've seen plenty of videos that were very entertaining that didn't incorporate any of that, to be honest. So there's ways to get around using drugs and all of that to look cool or to be entertaining. It's like back then, it seemed like in music especially, it was more or less like, I'm doing this is the lifestyle I'm living. Like I'm not trying to portray or like tell y'all to do it. But now it's just like, it seems like they're just like, yo, you should be doing this shit. Like pop a perky, pop a what? It's just the shit that they're saying in the music.
It's like one of those. It's the sensory in your music videos or just your lyrics. Like when they say, on popping a perk and make me feel da-da-da-da-da. You're explaining to people that might be in your same situation or might be in a different or the same environment that it looks like that video. So they're like, damn, I'm fucked up right now. I need an escape. I need an outlet. So you know what? They said that perk make me feel dizzy. So fuck it. I don't want to feel dizzy right now.
That's like Future, being that he raps about perks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like all the pills and stuff, they're not even like fun. Like it's not even, to me. It just made me want to go to sleep when I was doing them shits when I was younger, man. It just made me want to go to sleep, turn me to a robot. I don't see the pleasure in it. I don't see the fun in it. Lean either. I did lean like one time in my life. Was like, I don't see the fun in this.
I'm terrified of prescription drugs.
Yeah, all of that stuff is just, I don't see the fun in it. You know what I mean? Like, all right, so we're going to get on to the next video, and I'm not even going to explain what the fuck's about to happen. I'm just going to let you guys watch it.
Black guy with beard.
Do you white after
Wrong
you pee?
video.
I think that there are more people that would disagree with me on this right now, but I fully believe on the OnlyFans side, what we have is a group of women who are desperate to be known intimately but have been wounded, most likely by fathers or other males in their lives. So they're seeking the immediate validation of being known because it also keeps them in power. And what you can't touch, you can't hurt. And what you can't know, you can't hurt. And if I don't let you love me, then you don't have permission to hurt me. But I also get the attention and the affirmation, and I'm in control. And in a culture that seems to celebrate women's empowerment, the only empowerment is through attention and the dollar. So they're actually slaves to their physical form. And they're only worth something until they're not. And the problem with that is then their identity becomes disposable to the dollar.
I ain't never heard nobody say that better than what he just did.
What do y'all think about that?
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like what he said was very accurate. Males put women in power.
Yes, 100%.
We simp for these women out here. You know what I'm saying? We might spend our last dollar on these women. So we encourage them, hey, yo, if you get naked right now, I'll pay you a couple grand, a couple hundred. If you do this, I'll do this for you. So all they know is, okay, if I use my body the right way, I can get what I need or want in life. I was having this discussion with somebody the other day. I was just like, yo, if we wiped out, now mind you, it's impossible to do it, but if we wiped out all sites that you can get paid for sex videos or exposure, like OnlyFans, shit like that, most women wouldn't know what the fuck to do. But then at the end of the most of the ones that you see that make millions and thousands of dollars,
no, he is.
If you cut that shit out,
he's not lying.
What would they do?
I got one for you. All right. Well, for starters, I don't feel like the man. How do I say this? I do feel like the man, his position in power physically over us is definitely for sure. The man has a physical power. But I do feel as if I don't like the way that you say that y'all put the women in power or y'all allow us to be in power, because that's not actually the truth.
If we didn't pay for your stuff, then what?
If y'all didn't pay for
Have you bought OnlyFans before?
Have I bought OnlyFans? I have.
You bought a woman's OnlyFans?
Yes, I have. It was supporting a friend.
Did you watch it?
No. I really just supported a friend. Some people do have and this is the thing too. Why do y'all feel like people only go on OnlyFans to get naked? It is plenty of people that just be going on OnlyFans.
Because what the fuck am I gonna subscribe to your page for if you ain't popping some pussy? That's the point of it, isn't it?
Point. That's the point for you in your mind.
That's
it's called OnlyFans.
No, all right.
Listen. It's called OnlyFans. That does not mean that they only have to be getting naked. It's only for fans.
All right. Now hold on. Let me reiterate real quick. Let me step back. All right. Now, if that's how you're promoting your page, because there's girls who I know personally who had OnlyFans who they didn't show any actual nudity on their OnlyFans. They only showed like lingerie photos and stuff like that didn't actually reveal themselves like that. And but they were promoting that same content pretty much on their other socials, like, oh, go check out my OnlyFans for more. What is the more? There is no more. You're not showing me any more. You're just showing me the same thing, different pictures.
You're gonna finesse me one time.
That's what I'm saying.
And then most of them, that's when they give up on it.
But listen, this is my thing. Y'all are saying, this is where I go back to where you say, oh, well, we give them the power. No, y'all don't. We have the power, and to be completely honest. Listen, and this is what pisses me off with women, because I feel like women feel as if our power literally does just lie in the fact that, all we got to do is get naked. That's not where the power is. The power is our mental. Now, this is a tool. This is a great tool to use against y'all. However, we already
But you have to understand that, Tay, not every woman has a brain like how your brain works. There are literally women out here who are solely relying on their body, their OnlyFans, and how they look to get them by.
This is true.
I literally just watched an interview earlier today, and this chick literally said, if he can't provide me the lifestyle that I want, I can't really fuck with him like that. And if he buys me whatever, I'm not going to give it back to him because we broke up or whatever the fuck, because I guess he was paying for her car, and he was like, I'm not paying for it anymore. And she was like, oh, well, this, that, and then it was a big deal to her. She was like, oh, well, you need to be paying for it, this, that, and the other. I do this for you. I do that. And all she named was pretty much her popping pussy for him. That's all she had to offer for him. And she has her OnlyFans page, and she has this. That's all she had to offer. She had absolutely nothing. The dude asked her, well, what else is it that you're bringing to the table? Shorty had nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I got it now. So, like he was saying that y'all give us the power. If that's the case in that aspect, yeah, y'all allow us to get away with doing little shit, as in to just giving y'all our body. Right. Now, we do have power mentally. Those are the females that don't understand the full power of a woman. Those are the ones that genuinely just feel like I got to use my physical to do it. They only know how to use the tool, not use the mental to really have the tool do everything for you. But in those aspects where they really are just kind of like, well, my body is what I got to do. Yeah, y'all give them the power. That's kind of like how do I say it? That's like when women complain about mediocre men. They complain about it, but they enabled it for so long. This is the reason why it exists. And then y'all complain about women using y'all. All you do is give me a vagina. Da 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 da. You don't do nothing else. This, that, and the third. But y'all allowed them to get away with doing that for so long. Agreed. So now y'all are upset with them because they're used to a status quo. Just like women are upset with men because they're used to a status quo.
But see, now because of how open that lifestyle is on social media, like girls who live that lifestyle are exposing it to girls who never would have thought about living that type of lifestyle. Until they saw another girl who also looked good and had whatever done, living a lavish lifestyle. Because let's be honest here, guys. If you're an ugly girl, you're not getting away with a lot of this. Like, let's be honest. Like,
unless you're a pleaser.
Bro, a rich dude who's making hundreds of thousands, millions a year is not going to settle for no ugly chick, bro.
I'm just saying.
Let's be honest, bro.
I'm just saying, but some will go for the ugly ones because they know.
No, some who will go for the ugly ones before they're rich. And some will stick with the ugly ones when they're rich because that ugly one helped them get there. Yeah. But when you're rich already, come on, bro. Like, I'm sure that they'll pay for some pussy and some of the girls will probably be a little busted. But, like, for the most part, these guys, for girls that they're trying to wife out, they're not about to go for no uggo girls. So if you don't look a certain way, then your chances of living that lifestyle are slim to none.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like, let's be honest.
The initial question, like, if you cut it out, if guys, we weren't so... What's the word for it? Hormonal? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hormonal.
Like, if we weren't so, like, horny all the fucking time, if we cut that shit out, a lot of women would not have a purpose to us. They just wouldn't.
I don't feel like they won't have a purpose. I just feel like they'll probably end up finding something else.
That's when they have no choice but to use it. You can't say that because not everybody's different. Because to me, women have different purposes in my life. Like, it's not just sex. Like, I don't just look like I don't look at women as just sex objects, bro. Like, I am an emotional guy. Y'all know this. And I feel like when it comes to, like, my inner emotions that I really don't like to talk too much about, I'd sometimes prefer to talk to a girl about them because I feel like she'll be able to relate to me on a way more emotional level than a guy would when it comes to that specific topic. So for women in my life, a lot of them, I have an emotional connection to them to where it's like I'm able to talk to you about things that I really can't talk to other people about because I'm just not comfortable. You know what I mean? So they have way more than just a objectifying, like, I look at women way differently than just sex. Like, it's not just, I have way more connections.
And I also want to add that I do not like the fact that he said, oh yeah, those are the ones that were mistreated by their dads and they're just looking for attention, because that's not always the truth. Because a lot of these women were spoiled by their fathers. They are daddy's girls. And then their dads are so heartbroken because they finding out that they doing this. Or some of them are like, that's my baby. Get that money, you know? they just not gonna buy it. They not gonna partake in it, but they looking at it as like, yeah, milk that nigga.
I think it really depends on the
Milk that
status
guy.
of the father. Like, if the father is rich and he really didn't have to, like, because let's be honest, a lot of like super rich parents, those rich kids do have parental issues too. You guys have to understand that their parents, a lot of them are not around too much. Like, they're a lot of the times absent in their kids' lives, most of the lives, especially entertainment business, you know, sports,
you see it
all
all
that
the time.
shit. You know, yeah, because you know the fathers are, or the mothers are always gone doing work and, you know, acting. They're shooting a movie for 6 months, you know, so they're always gone, whatever, and they're not as involved in their children's lives. So these kids do have those, you know, parental issues as well. It looks like, I thought you were about to say something.
Oh no, I
The
won't.
ghost was getting some mean head.
Oh, you dirty dog! I can't even say nothing about that one. Like, that's crazy. You caught me mouth wide open. I can't say nothing about that.
Nah,
That's
but I definitely understand that.
lucky
bro.
ghost.
Like,
All right, so we'll go on to the next video. I don't remember which one this one is, so we'll just click on it and
because
find out.
that last one you had, what do you do
No,
after you
like,
pee and shit? Like, you was watching some weird shit.
Should you really have a backup plan? There is new research that shows half of all women have a guy on the back burner just in case things go wrong in their current relationship. Physician and national mindful living expert Dr. Romy Mushak is here to talk more about that. Dr. Romy, seriously?
Good morning, Tom. I know. And I
Come on, this sounds positively guy.
Guy, doesn't it? And I have to sit here and defend all of us women, but this is the latest psychology research. I was just as shocked reading this data. More than half of women who are happily married women are doing this, have a backup plan. And what is a backup plan? It means you have someone on the back burner.
So a specific person they've identified.
A specific person that they've identified. And in most cases, it was either an ex-boyfriend or an old friend who never made it to the dating category.
Yup.
Get out of town.
Unfortunately, yes. And the problem is social media has just made it too easy to have such a type of behavior.
Right, so I know you're here to say, though,
yes,
watch out, because this is anything but good.
It is, I agree. You know, mindset matters in relations.
You're in a relationship.
Oh, all right. So I don't like the fact that we talking about this like this is something new. This is something that niggas been doing forever. Now that women are doing it's big news, right?
But it's way different. What you
but
have to
now
understand
that women
for
are doing
dudes,
it's big news.
You have to understand for dudes.
Dudes been
that
having
if,
side bitches and mistresses
hold on,
for
listen,
years.
Listen. Though, is that
you got a point?
It is way different for dudes though, because
no, it's
girls
not.
Listen, just
I'm not about to listen to this bullshit because it's not different.
Let me talk. Damn.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Nah, so guys, they'll have a girl on the back burner for a little while, but a lot of the times, if they're not moving on that situation, that girl is eventually gonna fade off.
That's you. Well, no, I mean, wait a minute, because that's the same thing with the female, though. Because eventually, if she has another option, that option might very well just fade off, and she might replace who was on the back burner on simmer with somebody else.
Let's put it out here, ladies and gentlemen. Both genders, male and female, have backups.
Yes,
they have backups. Yeah. Now,
should you?
Being a married couple, should you have a backup? No. But if you're in a relationship or you're single and stuff like that, yes, have options.
But I also do feel like a lot of the times a lot of men don't have options or as many options as women do.
Why y'all to think that? Like, let me tell you something.
Because I can just think about all of these lonely men out here who get absolutely no.
Didn't you just hear this man talk about how the shorty had a husband, told him I love you, and went to goblin?
Yes, I get all of that, but exactly. I'm saying like there's also men out here who don't have.
Exactly, you were a backup.
But I'm saying like but that was her backup. Not his back. That wasn't the dude's backup. That was her. He was her backup.
Yeah.
Not the dude's backup. So my point is, a lot of men don't have that backup. A lot of men don't have multiple shorties that they talk to. I don't talk to multiple shorties at a time anymore. I used to back then. I don't now. it's like a lot of dudes don't have a whole bunch of options. Like
I don't
not all
that's
the
the
time.
thing. I don't think it's that y'all don't have a whole bunch of options. I feel like there are options there. It's just options that you probably not interested in. And I feel like that's the thing. That's the issue with females. People feel like, oh, women got hella options, and they probably do. But it's the same way with women as it is with men. Those options they
you have options.
Now that I will correct you on, it is not.
It's most women.
It's not the same. So, a woman having options when it comes to a man, most of the time her options just are sex.
Yeah, it's
sexual.
You're right.
Now, me personally, I would say the women and shit like that. If I go on the internet right now and go, I'm single, my phone is going to blow up because they're like, oh, you have this, and this. You work, you have your own shit, you have this. They're not used to a person having those things. They're used to motherfuckers not borrowing their car, asking for money.
You also got kids. That's just a turn on.
I guarantee. I put this. That's
a turn on. Women love seeing
they love a father.
With their kids, especially if they're a good one.
Bro,
me, I'm all right with that shit.
I put you on everything I love, bro.
Yeah,
I put you on everything
You're actually
I love.
right, because shorties. Every time I've been around a shorty and I was around a kid around a shorty and she would see how I interact with kids, she'd be, oh my
Years
God,
ago, I took my daughter to the mall.
Stuff like that'll make me nervous. I don't want to see how you interact with no kids because I don't want nobody to get no ideas.
But that'd be my thing.
That's
a lot of the times.
Though.
Like, I don't want you getting no ideas. I don't see, because my mom babysits. Shout out to my mom and her babysitting business. You need your child babysat anywhere from a newborn child to like 2 years old. I mean, she'll even do 3, 4, 5. You know what I'm saying? You need your child watched, babysat by a good babysitter. Hit my dukes up, man. Hit her up. Anyway, when I'm around those kids, she be seeing how I interact with those kids. She be like, you're gonna be such a good father one day, and I'm just like, stop getting your ideas, woman.
She
like,
just
stop putting that into the air.
You gotta get her grandkids.
For that.
Yeah,
that's the grandma in her coming
It's
out.
because the grandchildren that she does have, she can't see. You know what I'm saying? So she wants me because I'm the one who's right here.
Yeah, so you're her last hope.
I'm like, look, you got 4 babies here a day. Why you need to know? You get to see these babies, play with them, love them for a little bit, and then they get to go home.
Yeah.
Oh, but women, I like it.
At the end of the day, women love to see real active fathers. They love seeing that shit, bro. And I don't know if it's a gift or a curse, but when they see that shit, they go brain dead.
I don't want to see it unless it's necessary. Unless this is really your kid and you just sitting here taking care of it, then yeah, cool. I can watch you take care of your kid, but I'm not about to just sit here and gawk over a man taking care of a kid. I mean,
shit. I used to take my daughter to get free stuff all the time. I would take her to Walmart, take her to Patrick Henry. I'd take her to Best Buy, and as soon as oh my God, where's mom? And I'm just like, man, I'm by myself.
Why women would just like, oh my gosh, look at, he's so great with kids. He's gonna make a great. And it's like immediately.
Well,
you're
because
thinking,
because that's y'all's inner loins thinking about this shit.
I was gonna say, because I mean the point
the juices
with a lot of people, like reproduction is a part of life. So it's like a lot of people's main goals in life are to find a partner to reproduce with, right? Yeah. So a lot of women, especially because they're going to be the ones carrying them, when they see, women who really don't want to become a statistic, they really are looking for men in all of those qualities that they have, because they want to find a good partner that they're going to have their children with. Like, they don't want to, like, how are you okay with having a baby with somebody and you don't even know how they interact with kids? That to me is weird. To me, that's a little weird. Like, if I'm dating a girl with a child, I would like to meet her child, get to know that child a little bit so that she can see how I interact with the kids. So I can see how she interacts. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, I got to see all that. So
I done hit a lot of mamas with kids and they think about them babies. I'm here for a nut, not them kids.
Well, yeah. I mean, if that's what the situation is, if you're just there for a nut, be there for a nut. And
yeah, fuck them kids.
Yeah. Like, I had it to the point I stepped on toys. She was like, "Oh, you want to meet him? No.
Fuck your kids.
Get your ass in that room.
Bend over."
Until you get into a situation where you're fucking tied up on a bed, and then Shorty's kid walks in, jumps on the bed while you're butt naked, tied up to the bed.
Sometimes you gotta, if they catch you in the act, sometimes you gotta look at them and be like, "Yeah,
bro, that was the worst situation of my life." You said what?
Sometimes you gotta fuck they mental up and be like, "Yeah, I'm smashing your mama."
That is not what you said.
And then afterwards, I'm gonna go in the cabinet. I'm gonna eat all your juice and your snacks.
You's a real motherfucker.
That's far, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so we're going to get on to the next video here. This one I thought was very interesting, and I just kind of want to get your perspectives on this. Because this is quite interesting, to be honest.
It's all right.
You don't even know what it is.
I don't.
So these are conjoined twins. This guy just married one of them.
Oh, the fat white dude?
Yeah, the screen's kind of small.
I'm surprised you didn't see the news about
that. That's really all that is.
Okay, so it's just conjoined twins.
Yeah, so the guy married conjoined twins.
No, he married one of the sisters.
Yeah.
They married two women.
So
how do you separate the two? You don't. You just married two women.
That's what I mean. So here's my thing about it. So we were talking about this at work the other day, and I was talking about it with my coworkers and my pops, and we were talking about like how do you go about this? So here's the thing. Both of those ladies are separate people in the eyes of the law.
Sharing the same vagina?
In the eyes of the law, they both have their own birth certificates, their own IDs, their own identities. So how does this work?
That's a throuple.
So here's the thing. Because they share a body, right? My question is how is the sex going to work? Because like if the one girl is just like, I'm not trying to be a part of y'all's sex life.
Put a bag over her head.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
so,
but it's like
if one of them agree to it and the other one doesn't, now you're in a whole conundrum here.
But wait, which one feels it? Like, does only one feel it?
I think they both do. So
because they're conjoined. The way they are, they're conjoined. Their organs are the same. Like their arms are all the same.
So they all feel the same.
But the crazy thing about it, they're technically, if they were separated, they'd be twins. So I look at it like, you know, you're one person that tried to split off and it didn't work. So technically, I'm smashing the same person.
No, really, might as well be. He married one person.
Like for real? Well, at that point, it's two hair to grab. Like because it's like riding a chariot.
But what I'm saying though is if one of them consent and the other one doesn't, how would that work in any type of if she was just like, no, screw this, I'm calling the cops? Because so I guess how it works is one of them control one half of the body and the other one controls the other half. So one of them can control the left arm, one of them can control the right arm.
This nigga think it's like Power Rangers, the fucking giant robot?
I'm saying, cause this is what my coworker was telling me, because he did a little bit more research on the girls.
Oh really? So one holds the right hand, the other the left?
So like,
so if I slap the right cheek, she might get mad. That's my ass. Fuck that, y'all both.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just like how do you handle all of this situation? Like, because all of it's like you have to get both consent, and then they're both. Really it's like if you fucking one head and not the other, it's like I just.
But see, the thing is, man. It would have to be it would already have to be a consent, and something to be talked about, because for you to marry one of the sisters, you're part of that conversation everywhere they go.
That's what I mean.
Awfully depressing for the other sister when you think about it. Like,
that's what I'm like.
If she doesn't want to, if she's not marrying this man, and she's just sitting there like literally right beside Shorty, just watching her getting kissed, and it's like, oh,
but here's the new question: what if the other girl wants to marry somebody else?
Exactly, that's my point.
Now they have to share this body.
Sunday you get a rest day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
bro.
Tuesday,
but like,
Thursday,
imagine,
Saturday.
dude,
but what if she don't live with her husband? They all just gonna live together.
Yep.
That's
they
what
all
I'm
gonna
like,
sleep in the same bed.
Yep.
They just the Shorty just gonna be in the middle.
Yep.
All right, it's your turn with her.
That's what I'm like, yo. Just imagine, like, you have to have two. All right.
I am very curious.
I just really am curious to how this is gonna work.
But
you know, everybody.
What if they just don't plan on having intercourse?
Then she found a good man.
No, really, that's
might
pure
be
love.
Gay.
What? Why he gotta be gay?
You ain't trying to fuck your wife?
I mean that is a lot to do with. That's not just his wife. That's his wife and her sister.
Everybody sees romance differently. So they could be one of those type of couples where their love language is something totally different.
You know, people be having like intimacy, like non-penetrative sex, where they really just be like sitting around each other and just kind of
like they're just gonna fucking lay on each other,
holding each other and rubbing each other.
Rub the left side and left side only.
Bro,
shut up.
I'm fucked up.
That rubbing side, fuck that. We ain't doing that.
All right, so we're going to go on to the next one. So this next video I just thought was so fucking funny. I thought this was so petty and so funny that I just wanted to show it because it was just hilarious to me.
So the owner of this restaurant has gone out of his way to mock this legal, peaceful protest at Antler Restaurant. Did you get it? By bringing the leg of an animal to this table where people are only supposed to be dining, where this is not supposed to happen, of course, and he's doing it deliberately to mock and taunt.
Right in front of us because we're vegans. This is what this restaurant is doing. Murdering people? They're murdering.
How much do you think people actually care?
The animals just want to die.
And they're farmed animals.
And they think it's funny.
They think it's funny doing this in front of us.
As you can see, the owner has brought the leg of a recently murdered animal to a dining table at the front of the restaurant to actually taunt the activists.
Yeah.
Anybody know what animal this might be?
Why are you standing in front of my restaurant?
Really, the activists are taunting.
That's what I'm like. Well, you guys get the premise of what's going on here, so we don't have to watch the whole thing. But here's my thing, is that everybody should have their own right. Like, you have the right to not like whatever, right? But you shouldn't have the right to go and protest in front of somebody else because they like it. So, like, for vegans, why are you upset with people who do like meat? You don't like meat. We do. Pause.
You've been on the road all day.
Sheesh.
Pause. Anyway, we like eating ribs and steaks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me pause you just for one moment.
He needs
the fact that we can hear this motherfucker and he's in a whole different building is kind of creepy.
No,
because can he hear us?
Probably.
Hey, do you need a lozenge? I don't think he can hear us.
Jesus Christ.
Cough drop. Nope, he can't hear us.
That motherfucker be like, shut up, bitch.
All right, so anyway, I think it's just like messed up that people who are so like obsessed with whatever it is that they're dedicating their life to, like I know I'm trying, but I hear that dude now too. Like,
because why he start back up when we start back up?
All right. People who are obsessed with whatever it is that they're obsessed with, as far as like maybe the LGBTQ community being, oh, we're all the way LGBTQ, and then there's people who just are just like, I'm just not. You know, parents who are like, oh, I'm going to teach my kids about it, and then parents who are like, I'm not. And it seems like both sides are trying to force it upon each other. Like, if you just live your life and do it how you want to do it. But don't make me accept it because that's just not my way of life. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to tell you, we're going to have factions. In the next 200 years, we're going to go back to the medieval times. We're going to have factions.
Which is the reason.
We already technically do if you think about it. There's different countries, different states, different...
Well, that's what I'm just saying. If I'm in Virginia, right? I'm in Virginia and I don't like gay people, right? Which I don't have a problem. I'm just giving an example. But if I'm in Virginia and I don't like gay people, and then you see gay people around you, you can be like, man, fuck this shit. I'm going to go somewhere that don't have no gay people. So if I go to this faction that's just all straight people and all have my ideologies, then you're in your peace because you're in your little boundary.
That's exactly what we have going on right now. That's why people are leaving the country to go to other countries, because in other countries they say, well, there's still some form of tradition and wholesomeness. So they go to those countries so that they can feel more comfortable. So I know of a guy that I was watching online, and he moved to Egypt specifically for that very reason. He was like, yeah, they don't do none of that shit here. Yeah, it's rarely ever any crime where I am. Like, I had to get out of that land to a land where people are more like me.
Yeah. But that goes again with people being scared to get out of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. I see it all the time, especially on Facebook. They hate the city. They hate the state. They hate this. They hate that. Get the fuck up and leave. Yeah. Oh, no? Then shut up. Stop complaining if you're not going to change the situation.
But then that goes back to those that can't just get the fuck up and leave. They want to, but they can't.
What are you talking about?
A lot of people, bro, because you got to think about how much moving actually costs.
Exactly.
Bro. Like, moving cost a lot, bro.
Don't let you have
that
kids.
hard, because sometimes... Like, especially if you're like moving just from like one apartment to another, you have to pay the rent for that apartment, and then you have to pay the new cost for the new apartment, and you have to, you know what I'm saying? Like
that mindset is what keep people in, because technically, I guarantee you, those people that think like that, they got their Netflix, the Disney, the Hulu, they got all expensive shit in their place. Y'all need to realize the only thing you need is food and water and some clothes on your back. Be a minimalist for a whole year. or 2 years, how long it takes you to save up some bread. There's always excuses of why you can't do this and that and the third, but there's never solutions. Then shut up.
My thing is, I want to leave the country.
They have all these notions of, oh, I'm trapped. Oh, I can't do this. Get a better job. Work 2-3 jobs. Do what you got to do to change the situation. There's always fucking excuses about everything in life, but nobody wants to fix it.
No, that's very true. I agree with you 100%, and I definitely understand what you're saying. If you want to change your situation, you have to change your situation.
Well, yeah.
Sitting there continuously bitching, saying, oh, I want to get out. I want to do this. I want to lose weight. I want to make money. I want to do this. And then not doing a damn thing about it. Now you're just pissing yourself off because you're not doing nothing about it. That's just like if somebody else is coming up to you constantly talking about their problems, everybody else's problems, and it's always problem, and they don't ever have anything positive to say. Eventually you get annoyed. You're just like, yo, I just don't want to hear it anymore. When you're doing the same thing with yourself, you're unconsciously getting annoyed. Like you're subconsciously, I said unconsciously. Excuse me, let me rewind. You're subconsciously getting annoyed with yourself because you keep telling yourself the same thing and not doing nothing about it.
Einstein said it. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting change is insanity.
It is insanity. And so,
coming from a man who was insane,
but he was smart.
Albert Einstein was still a genius. Don't care what you say about him.
But that's my point. He was a genius talking about people being insane, but he was. That just goes to show that sanity isn't what everybody thinks it is. You're welcome, bitch.
Damn. She's angry.
I know. Like, why are you being so rude?
I'm not angry at all. I'm actually feel great.
Why are you being so?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Diddy?
No. No, that didn't work. I don't know what he was trying to do with that.
It kind of sounds like Diddy, but gay at the same time.
I don't know. Like, what is that?
Yeet.
Yeet.
Oh, that was yeet. New sound.
Yeah, we need new voices.
Yeah, that was perfect at the moment. Because
perfect. I actually want to give him a shout out because early on when he first got it, them buttons were not working. Or they were working, but he would use them in the wrong moments.
Yes.
So I'm very proud of you. You upped your game.
No, really, you've changed. You've grown.
How is it though? I just hit the wrong buttons and then I hit the right button and then I'm getting praised.
Well, because you would hit the right button, but it would be like moments after the moment.
No, yeah, you're right. Anyway, all right, so yeah, those were all the videos that I had for the week. Now it's time to talk about some other things. Diddy?
Diddy?
All right, so here's my thing, right? First things first is, did you guys see this coming?
Yes, everybody done known it for years.
Be honest though, like, did you really were you like, because me personally, I kind of always kind of thought Diddy was a little weird, but like I just wasn't paying enough attention to just be like. But it's crazy how this year alone, all of these big celebrities are just starting to go down with some weird cases, bro.
The most oldest tale we've always heard growing up and in our past, whatever is done in the dark will come to the light.
Also, what goes up must come down.
Exactly. You can't keep doing dirt and expect nobody to say anything. Now, does it irritate me that it's black men in power or it bothers me. Because the Bill Cosby situation, y'all shouldn't have waited 20, 40 years to be like, oh, he did this, he did that. You should have spoke about it back then. And I know some people say, some women will get angry and be like, you can't tell a victim when she can express herself. Fuck all that.
Yeah, I don't know. There needs to be...
no offense, like I said, if Monty touched my booty right now, I'm fucking him up. Wow. And then I'm telling the whole world. But I'm just saying, I'm giving an example. Like, it's one of those things you need to react right then and there.
Isn't it called, like, isn't it statutations or something? Like, it's something that
some states,
statute of limitations.
Some states have it, but some don't. So it's just like when you see allegations against Bill Cosby, Diddy, R. Kelly, then you had and even just people in power, Epstein, Weinstein, Dan Snyder, all these motherfuckers that are now getting caught up with these kids and abuse and rape allegations.
Got caught up years ago.
That shit right there should have been nipped in the bud right then and there. And then I blame the parents because you're allowing your fucking kids to be around these people for money.
Yes, that I definitely put a lot on the parents. But then again, like, so if you watch the Nickelodeon documentary, parents were being shut out from the sets if they were to be like Drake Bell's dad, right? Because we all know now Drake Bell was the one who came forward as being the whatever child. His dad he had said his dad got booted off the set because he started peeping stuff, and he was like, nah, we're not doing that. And then they were like, nah, it's time for the dad to go. And then they started bringing the mom on set, and the mom was more naive to everything, and she didn't really understand what was going on. So it's like, it is the parents' responsibility to really be monitoring what your kids are doing. It's also, I also want to give praise to the few that I've seen. I mean, hopefully that these are true, that they were saying, like, people like the dude who played Spencer on iCarly. And then there was another guy who every time they started seeing some weird shit going on, they would really like kind of step in and cut that shit out.
When Dan Schneider was like, oh, he was talking to the dude that played Freddy, and he was like, oh, this bundle of cuteness, and Jerry was like, no, that's nasty.
Yeah,
like, don't say that.
Yeah, so stuff like that. Like, I'm glad that they were there to at least kind of be a little bit more of a guardian for the kids when the parents were more naive to what was going on, because they were paid actors who were being paid to be there too. Like, they weren't, it's different for them.
But then again, I get it. Some are shunned out, but at the end of the day, whose kid is this?
Exactly. And that's the reason why.
This is my kid.
That's the reason why.
If I tell you no and I tell you we out, fuck a check. And I dare you to do something behind my back, because I'm on your ass like white on rice.
You remember because that, honestly, this scene was a lot. It meant a lot to me, and I love the fact that they showed that part of it. The dude that played the little boy that played Lil Civitas, and I remember very vividly the scene where they covered him in peanut butter and he had to lay down. I remember that episode.
I don't like.
Yeah, he was like, I don't like this. I remember him laying, I don't like this. Yeah, I remember that. And now it's like, it's funny because I'm looking back at all those episodes, like, dang, that's crazy. Like, we really was just watching people be traumatized. But what I will say is I respect the fact that his mom won't finna allow just stuff to go on. Mind you, he didn't experience any of the molesting or anything like that, or the sexual stuff. What he experienced was what seemed like racism. Why is it that my son got to be the one to play the quote unquote drug dealer? He over here selling Girl Scout cookies. He not a Girl Scout.
Yeah.
Why y'all got him playing a drug dealer? Like, the black mom was saying too much. So, him and his mama gotta go.
And that's fine.
And I would be fine with that.
And again, that is fine. But it's just, they see this dollar amount and their life circumstances could be shitty. But you gotta, again, it's your kid has a passion. They have talent for it. But if somebody like Nickelodeon or Disney notices their talent, anybody else will too. Exactly. This isn't your only fucking option.
But that's the thing.
It's just like,
but it's like, you got to think, because like there's so the one, I can't remember the one black girl's name, but she played on all that. She moved over to Disney. Like, she went to a whole new system over there, because I remember her popping up on Sweet Life of Zack and Cody for a little bit.
She played the girl. She worked at.
She worked there for a little bit. Yeah. So she move to a whole different, so I see what you're saying. Like, if it's not working there, you can find work other places. But like, some of these kids, these parents, again, they were just like, whatever. Like, but I think some of the parents were forcing their kids into this shit. You know what I mean?
She only found work elsewhere because they started shutting down all of the shows.
Yeah.
Like that one dude, Lil JJ. And he was
just Jordan got canceled.
Yeah, it got canceled for a reason, because he wasn't down for that bullshit.
Yeah.
And it should be like that. But when it got canceled, we should have listened or allowed him to have that voice and be like, I'm gonna tell you why I got canceled.
And then it made me start thinking, honestly, this whole Dan Schneider situation, it made me think about Eddie. I say Eddie, but that's not his name. Orlando Brown. Everybody look at this man and joke on him, and they laughing at him like, yeah, he a druggie. He on drugs. He's crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. I really do feel like that man been dropping gems and throwing in bullshit this entire time, just because I gotta throw in the bullshit so I can be okay. But I'm still about to let y'all know, like,
I do think that the drugs fucked him up, to be honest. But I do think that there is subliminal messages and hidden messages in a lot of what he's saying, and he is an example of what this life can do to somebody.
And you gotta think about it. He's been doing this since he was little.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's not the only one at all.
Look at Amanda Bynes.
Yeah,
we watched her self-destruct. She was one of
Miley Cyrus too. Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato,
Lindsay Lohan.
All of these Disney kids, Nick kids. Drake Bell ended up having all of those allegations, and I guess so. I thought he was messing around with like a little girl, but I guess when he found out her age, he was like, nah, we can't, whatever. So I guess what his situation wasn't bad. But point being is that, oh shit, I feel
like he took I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes, because you remember everybody was canceling him out and everybody was shunning him. Oh, he's nasty or whatever like that. And then it kind of just vanished a little bit. Yeah. I feel like in that time of vanishing, they were like, look, I'll tell you what, we will knock your sentence off, but you got to open secrets. Because have you seen him in court ever since this shit came out? No.
Nah.
That shit stopped.
Who?
Drake Bell.
Oh yeah.
Like, see, even Josh Peck.
Because they rekindled.
They did.
They rekindled, bro. They just I just literally saw a video of them yesterday, and they rekindled.
Yeah.
They did. Yep. They were together, and they made a whole little video, and it was a cute little video.
No,
whatever.
I'm saying Josh Peck, his wife wants a divorce now because Josh was he was taking hush money.
Oh yeah.
Oh
and
yeah.
She found out about
I heard about that. Yeah. I heard about that.
So the whole time he knew, but you getting paid for it.
Yeah.
And I feel like some Nickelodeon stars are getting paid to be like,
to not say nothing.
And because there's some that you saw. See, because there are some that you saw up there, but one thing that I did notice is that you didn't see any of the relevant ones up there. You saw a whole lot of side characters, a whole lot of people who really were not too important in these shows. You didn't see no Miranda Cosgrove up there. You didn't see the kid who played Freddie. You didn't see, you're not going to see Jeanette McCurdy up there. She
did speak out.
I was about to say she already did her whole.
But that was, I think she did it so soon that people were like, "What?"
Yeah,
but then when she was it right after her mom died, so that's why she felt like it was the
I feel like
the only reason why she didn't say anything was because of her mom.
Yeah, I feel like the way she did it wasn't the best way she could have did it. I feel like she could have raised some awareness about this amongst some of her peers. And maybe kind of put together something.
What this is really starting to show me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
No, go ahead.
And I really hate to say this. A lot of little girls then got touched at a very young age. Unfortunately,
I've come to learn
it's common.
It's very common.
It is very, very common. It's unfortunate and it's common. It's like to this day, people look at it and say, "Oh, well, don't trust your little girls around anybody, baby. I don't trust my sons around nobody." I will look at anybody sideways because you don't know who does what. You know what I'm saying? And it's like today's time, how this pedophilia thing is really like kicking up. You finding out how many people really are pedophiles.
Yeah.
And it's like we were groomed. Our generation were groomed. The entire generation. And I only say that because we were groomed through the media.
Yeah, I mean, but we have to look at the generation of these pedophiles. Maybe they were groomed as well in their childhoods, which led them to their decisions now.
Think about it. Those people at that time frame, that was the generation that was like marrying young. You marry as soon as you old enough to bear children.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but that still doesn't necessarily mean that girls weren't getting touched at young ages.
No, they were. But my thing is, they were probably like in these forced kind of like marriages type thing, like
But that's what I mean is that they probably still had circumstances that led them to.
I'm saying that's why they think it's okay.
No,
thing.
I'm not saying. Well, I mean, pedophiles apparently.
Yeah,
think it's okay.
That's why they think that shit is okay. It's like, and then they had to change it and try to bring laws.
Well,
and
I don't
stuff,
think.
and now
Well, here's the thing.
It's not changing.
I think with a lot of pedophiles, they don't think it's okay. They know it's not okay, and that's why they're just like, you can't tell anybody. But like, they still do it anyway because they have urges or whatever.
Like Drew Barrymore. Have you ever looked at her story?
What'd she do?
Because she was so young. She grew up with She grew up with the Tobey Maguires, the
Adam Sandler.
She grew up during that phase where they were bringing in young kids as actors.
Yeah.
But she would say her mom would doll her all up and send her to these adult parties, and then when she was feeling uncomfortable, she'll sneak her some juice and have her all fucked up in that bitch. What up, Max?
What up, Max? What up, Finesse? Yeah, I did actually see a little. I didn't see too much on that, but yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, she was young, being put around adults, but it's just like.
Honestly, it just sounds like the industry. For real. It just sounds like that's what the industry is all about. Touching little kids.
Especially, so I think especially I don't want to say the whole industry because have you ever watched the behind the scenes of Harry Potter? This is a weird example, but have you ever watched the behind the scenes? Mm-hmm. None of them have ever come out ever and said, "Oh, I was touched inappropriately. I was this and that." None of them. They all had pretty much picture perfect childhoods, or not, picture perfect, but they all stayed squeaky clean. throughout the entire series. None of them had controversy, and still to this day,
yeah,
none of them have had any really controversy. And so I don't want to say that it happens everywhere. I think that it happens more on TV shows than movies, because on TV shows,
but Drew Barrymore,
they're there a lot more for a longer period of time than a movie. A movie, a lot of the times, is like 6 months to a year. At the most, a year. A lot of the time, it's 6 months.
But when you're doing seasons,
that's what I'm saying.
Motherfuckers, and you doing, and seasons are like 20 to 35 episodes.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, so when you're there every day, all day, 16 hours a day for years, you know, it's like these producers and writers and shit, they start gaining all these relationships with all these kids, and then they just start to get more comfortable and then the real side of them starts coming out. Because I can guarantee you it wasn't the first season of like all that, for instance. Like, it wasn't the first season that Dan was doing creepy shit, like super creepy. Now I'm not gonna say that he probably didn't do creepy shit, because he probably did, but I'm saying like he probably didn't really start getting like creepy with it until he was more advanced in the shows, like where he done already did Drake and Josh and all that, and Amanda Show and iCarly, and now he's on Victorious. And if I've seen many
all that, is where it started.
I'm sure, but I'm saying like I can guarantee you, like, on Victorious was probably some of his worst work, as far as like what he was making them do, how uncomfortable he made those people. Like, he was so comfortable with himself that point. Like, I've seen so much.
They tried to use. I did not find, the scene with the fish when they went to go get the pedicures and have the fish eat off of all the dead skin
and shit.
Yeah, they were using that one as like, oh yeah, this was just mad creepy and nasty. And me personally, I actually felt like that was an innocent episode.
Yeah, but so here's the thing: is as a kid,
because it was like, look, feel these kids' feet; they are ridiculously soft.
But as a kid, we're not looking at that. We're looking at it as, feet, whatever, how it's funny. All of that. But as an adult, when you start to see like certain things and how they're making them, so like the episode where he had Ariana Grande having her feet up, and then he had her
juicing the potato, that was different.
The potato and all. So it's like when you have certain things like that incorporated. Now there's been episodes of iCarly where they had their toes on the camera and they just had little things on their toes.
Yeah,
I thought that was innocent too. As a kid, I never really saw anything weird about that. I was like, oh, haha, toes.
I feel like that's only sexual for people that really have foot fetishes, and I feel like that's something that you can't get away from at all. Anyway, people have feet, they have toes. If it's going to be on camera at any point, I don't feel like that's.
And I feel like it's one of those things where if you're around it so much, like for example, the guy that created Law and Order. He was creating these stories, and when he did SVU, he's creating these stories. He's okay. Let's talk about this. Let's write about this. Let's act this out, to the point where, remember his allegations, I think his was in like 2018, 2019, where he got caught with child pornography on his computer.
Oh, wow.
But you're doing it for so long, and you're mentally thinking about stuff like this, and death and murder and rape and killing and shit like that, to the point where you're just like, all right, fucking now I'm putting myself in that position. So okay, let me see about this outside world. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes people, it goes for anything that you do, not just pedophilia, but Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
When you're going death so much,
Jim Carrey's another good example.
Now you know what I'm saying? Suicide. So it's just like one of those things where when people get so in depth and getting away with it and stuff like that, their world changes too.
It starts to become your reality to an extent.
Yeah, they lose in touch.
Yeah.
Like I feel like actors,
he blurred the line.
I feel like actors, they go through it a lot more because they're switching characters, they're developing this new person, they're around.
Well, especially the ones who are in those type of movies most of the time. Like I'm talking like the dude who played Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm sure that bro had to do all of his research and then really turn himself and make himself believe. Because I know in acting, I mean, I've never done any acting classes.
But he does horror films.
I know, but I'm saying he's so used to it. Of course, he's like kind of trained his mind to be able to adjust. But I'm saying like, I wonder what that has done to him personally. Like, because you're so used to being able to adjust to being and believing that you're somebody. Because if you don't believe that you're that person, then how are you going to make your audience believe you're that person? You know what I mean? So Like, they have to go through all of this work. It's like coming out of that. Like, I wonder how difficult it must be to like come out of that.
Some of them, I know some actors, they go through these decompress type settings where just they take like a 6 months to a year absent, and they'll go back to their normal weight, or they'll let their hair grow out, or different things like that. Like Jason Momoa, he always plays these big buff roles and shit like that, but then as soon as that shit over, he gets fat. Tom Hanks, he takes on roles where he has a certain accent, and then he'll have that accent for a whole year. Then he'll do his own thing again.
Yeah, like
Hugh Jackman,
joint.
A whole lot of actors.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got to the point where, now don't get me wrong, I don't know if it has any correlation. I did some research on it, but Bruce Willis, he's been acting for so long, this motherfucker got dementia now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't, like, you're forgetting who you are because you done so many roles, so many lines. There, you so much information in your brain that it's just like, overworking itself.
And honestly, now getting to the whole Diddy situation, that honestly makes me think about it. He started to feel like he was untouchable. Like, after a while, when everybody's talking about what you do and nobody's doing anything about it.
Girl, come, we about to go over Diddy's house.
Because everybody knew what Dan Schneider, and everybody was talking about Dan Schneider when this whole thing was going on and all of that. But it's like he was still, even after they went through courts, he still had to go, he was still doing TV shows in Nickelodeon. He went to go to different and working with kids. You know what I'm saying? He was still being able to be in the field with children, which was weird after all of this. And it's like, with Diddy, we didn't heard him doing crazy wicked shit for years. That's like what R. Kelly.
My answer is Ashanti, by the way. In the chat, somebody had asked Ashanti or Alicia Keys, who is more beautiful? Ashanti, by far. Alicia Keys sounds better.
Alicia Keys is older now, so I feel like she's starting to sit in her age. I feel like her age is starting to come out. Like, she's starting to age.
The same age down there.
They are?
I mean, they were. Yeah.
I'm just gonna blame it on Alicia Whiteside then.
I mean, I just think Ashanti is just
because she's starting to age.
Has been, always
she's aging.
But you gotta.
Anyway, continuing on.
Nah, but yeah, that whole situation, them touching kids and touching people and just getting away with sexual harassment, I think it's a power thing.
Look, and that's
I got the power to do it.
This is what gets me. Okay, so I was called a coon because it was a post going around about the whole Dan Schneider thing, and they were like, Diddy this, Diddy that, we not about to let this white man get away with it because we always want to humiliate our own people. And I'm like, so his actions didn't humiliate himself?
Yeah, so here's my thing on it is like, Dan Schneider didn't get away with it, but here was my argument is, at least, even though I feel like it was staged, fake, and bullshit, Dan Schneider at least had the audacity to go onto camera and then talk about everything from all the allegations to everything, all the behaviors that were going on. Again, I think it was bullshit, but at least he had the audacity to face what he had did. What's Diddy doing? The typical thing of running away from taking accountability of his problems.
But the thing is, comparing Diddy to Dan Schneider, it's hard to do.
Were they not doing similar things?
No.
Why?
Diddy wasn't messing with little kids?
No.
Usher want a child?
Diddy wasn't messing with little kids? Justin Bieber?
Usher want a child?
Do you have faint proof on that? You do not. So when you do that, it's defamation. People get sued for what y'all are doing.
Hold on. No, wait a minute.
Hold on. What I'm doing is
Usher himself, he didn't say that, he was molesting me. He didn't come out and say, yes, he molested me. However, he did say that, as a child, he had me in a lot of positions that I should not have been in. It's been plenty of children stars that say that, they felt uncomfortable. Like he just said, Justin Bieber mentioned it. Usher's mentioned being uncomfortable.
50 Cent said that he was trying some shit and he was just like, no.
But hold on. Look what y'all just said. Mm-hmm. Look at the people that y'all just said. Mm-hmm. You're saying Usher. Okay, cool. Usher talked about it. But he did not say, he sexually assaulted me.
Yes, and you gotta also think about it. Did Drake just come out and say, he sexually assaulted me? No, he didn't. Drake took a minute before he came out and before he went to court. Before he decided to go to court, and then when he went to court, he still was in court as anonymous. It took him a minute before he came out to the world saying, it was me. So why do you think Usher is just going willingly? It was me that was being raped. It was me that was molested by what was his name?
What do you think? What about Meek Mill? You don't think he's been fucking Meek Mill in the asshole, bro?
But look at what y'all. You gotta.
No, my whole point. You're saying is Usher.
Ages. We're talking ages.
Okay. Yes.
50 doing something with a grown ass man.
All right,
but I'm talking about. We were talking about Usher. Hold on.
We were talking about Usher and Justin Bieber, and you didn't care about that.
Exactly. Hold on. No, he was just saying. Hold on. Can you let me talk? Because we was just talking about Usher, and this is my point. I'm trying to wrap it up because you were saying, what's the difference? Usher was a child, just like Drake was a child. Drake did not feel comfortable just telling the world that, yeah, this happened to me as a boy, a straight quote unquote boy. And Usher's the same way as a straight now man who has this big old persona as being the sexualized character and this, that, and the third. Do you really think he about to come out here and tell the whole world, yeah, this happened to me when I was a kid?
Exactly. But y'all too, or the rest of the world cannot condemn a man and say, oh yeah, he touches little kids.
I didn't say
unless you have.
You're all right. You're right. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Allegedly he touches kids. We have to put allegedly there because these are what the allegations are. We don't necessarily know if it's 100% true yet.
See, but this is the thing. I don't want to say he just touches kids because I will stop that. I don't believe that he touches kids because what I did say is the only one that I did mention was Usher and Justin Bieber because those are the only two children that we know of that were around him in that aspect.
I have a question.
However, when it comes to the whole gay shit, if Diddy want to be gay, he can be gay. Why you gotta lie about it? My thing is we're gonna act like he wasn't sex trafficking people. He wasn't fucking. He was a fucking drug dealer, like passing around cocaine and ecstasy, mixed it around like it was just candy for everybody.
Blackmailing people.
He was blackmailing people,
cameras all around his
people
houses.
up, blowing people's cars up in their driveways and getting fucking away with it. He blew Kid Cudi's car up in his driveway. Kid Cudi said this. Cassie said this. It was in Cassie's court documents.
Okay, relax. Shit,
this is my thing. It's plenty of proof to say that this man was out here doing fucked up shit, abusing his power. But as soon as black people start to mention about this black man who is abusing his power, no, let's talk about the white man. The white man is being handled by the white people right now. We need to handle our black man.
But is he though?
How is he not? That documentary was made by white people.
Yeah, and bro, like he literally as of right now, Dan Schneider has a whole documentary based around his behaviors and what he did.
Okay,
Diddy doesn't have that documentary yet. He's gonna have it, but he doesn't have it yet.
Hold on, like y'all said. What would be the purpose in having a documentary telling all the world what we've already know? We've been known that Diddy is sus. He was on shows. We see clips where people is moving his hand like, okay, hey, look.
Mike Tyson, everybody's seen that.
Yeah, we're starting to see it, but just like motherfuckers knew about R. Kelly. R. Kelly used to sing about it.
But that's my point.
Hold on. I have a question. What about the video? When he was saying when Justin Bieber had to spend a few days with him or whatever, and he was just like, oh yeah, what we're doing, we can't disclose what we're doing in there, but like shit like that. And then a couple years later, after Justin Bieber really starts popping and doing his thing, there was a whole nother video of them in the studio or whatever, and he was like, yeah man, you've been changing up on me, man, you don't hit me up no more, man, you don't want to hang out. And Justin Bieber was just looking very uncomfortable and was just like, yeah man, I've been busy and I had my people try to call your peoples and I couldn't get, like, he was trying to dodge it and get away from it. I guarantee you he was trying Justin Bieber.
Now logically, if I'm touching these boys or I'm touching whoever, these young people, do you really think, and I got all the power, do you really think I'm going to film or say different things on film?
Bro, so people are
and
weird.
Hold on, a narcissist would. That gets their ego going. People that have really big egos, they need that shit. That's like serial killers that leave signs every time they kill somebody. They do that because that's their calling card.
I would say, me personally, yes, the black community, we have to keep our big figures accountable on their actions, but until it is written in stone.
Oh my God. Okay, pause. So you're trying to tell me we can have plenty of eyewitnesses that saw somebody get molested, raped, beat up, or whatever. Eyewitnesses, but since it hasn't been written in stone by courts, then it doesn't mean anything.
If somebody,
that's why all those little girls got away with it with R.
No. Wait. If somebody came to y'all right now and says,
so hard.
He is.
No, I'm not defending. I want y'all to understand that what y'all are doing is y'all are condemning somebody without knowing the full facts. Unless you have full. Hold on.
I didn't condemn anybody. I just said I'm saying what I saw.
What you're doing right now. You can't do. If somebody came to you and said, "Yo, the person that you sitting on the couch with, Ed,
that's a fact. He
raped me. He raped me." Are you gonna automatically believe them?
No. My nigga, were we not just sitting here talking about pulling up all the videos that we're starting to see about all of these scenes of making?
Hold on. Wait. Before y'all keep bickering, I understand what he's saying is that those videos aren't hardcore evidence that he was doing any of that stuff. However, you have to understand that they did come and find out that he did bug each one of his rooms with hidden cameras. So and has all of this footage of all of these different celebrities and people, politicians and people coming to his parties and getting all of this footage of stuff they were doing there. Now, if now this is a big if, the police can get their hands on that footage, that is going to put it all over. And that's...
But you would have to get it.
But you would have to get it.
Just like until they get that, and he went to court and he got accused.
You're right. And until they get that hardcore evidence that he did do a lot of that, of course, it's all going to stay alleged, and it's all going to just be, did he actually do it? Now it's all just subjective. Do I think he did a lot of that weird shit? I think he was even fucking Meek Mill in the butt. That's what I think.
The fact that Meek had to go and say, "I love." See, after that, it was like, yeah, you gay nigga.
Calling another man daddy like that was just
okay.
But
my thing is I do want to say though, why is it that we have to wait until a court document says that this is exactly what happened, and then we're the same community that screams that, oh, the courts don't love us, fuck the justice system, they not meant for us, this, that, and the third. But we're wrong when we hold our own accountable. We know for a fact, we've seen all of this evidence ourselves, and we say, you know what, that's screaming sus. That's exactly what the judge and the court is going to do. You realize that, right?
If you're black and you take accountability and or call somebody out for not taking accountability of their own actions, you are considered a coon or racist ridiculous. Or whatever. And that is sad, bro.
I'm just saying, like, I look at it like, bro, if he gay, he gay.
Yeah.
That ain't got shit to do with me. He shouldn't be condemned because he likes fucking Meek Mill or 50 Cent or whoever he likes dealing with.
Don't add 50 in that.
I'm just saying, these parties that
I don't think 50 was
the parties that he has and shit like that, first and foremost, they're invite only. You can have that choice to say, hey, I'm going or I'm not going. You have that. That's your right. No one's telling you.
But hold on. You're missing a big detail here. That a lot of those people that were invited to these parties were promised things. They were promised advancements in their careers and or opportunities in exchange for coming to this party. So he had all of these young girls, young rappers, young whatever coming to these parties, promising them, hey, look, there's a whole lot of big execs here. You know, I'm going to get you with this person. I'm going to get you with this person. And then he would get them there, drug them, do whatever. Now, this is allegedly would get them there, drug them, get them in one of those rooms, get them to do something that he can get them blackmailed for. And now he has control of what they're doing. So a lot of these people, what's going to happen from this point is now they're going to be scared to fuck up. They're going to be scared to move away. They're going to be scared to do this, that, and the other because they're scared of what he'll put out. They're scared of all the blackmail that they have on this person.
It's all about a choice.
But you have to. It is all about a choice.
If P. Diddy hit us up right now and 100%. Said, Yo, I can Ed,
let me ask you, genuinely look me in my eyes. Take your glasses off for a second. Look me in my eyes and tell me that if somebody who is that important, somebody who you look up to dearly, Jay-Z, I don't care who you look up to right now. I'm just saying somebody who is a prominent figure, somebody who can really help your career is like, yo, come to this party, bro. I want to introduce you to this, that, and the other person. You're not going to want to go to that party and go and find your opportunity. Come on, bro.
I am going to go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie and say, but again, you know how to read the room. Even Denzel Washington says, I'm the type of motherfucker to leave a party 30 minutes early.
Lecrae, it was an interview.
You gotta read the room. Hey, yo, this is not my type of setting.
I agree, and that does happen, bro.
And you can hit him with the, hey, bro, I appreciate this opportunity. I appreciate you putting me on. This ain't my type of thing.
And that
before
does
something
happen,
bad happens, I want to leave.
But you know what happens to those people when that does happen? Those people who do speak up, a lot of those people, I won't say all, but I'm going to say a lot of them, nothing happens with them. Nothing happens with their careers. They don't get nowhere. They don't go nowhere. They do nothing.
The gospel dude, Lecrae, I think he's a rapper, gospel rapper, Lecrae. Well, he was just he was in an interview I was just watching not too long ago. I think it was an older video though, where he was talking about, you know, he gets invited to these parties too. He goes to these parties. He was like, it was one party that he went to, and he was like, hey, yo, you might leave before one.
Yeah.
Be gone before midnight. And he like, at first it's like, testing his gangster type thing. It was like, why you think I'm not just because I, gossip, I can't hang with y'all, this, that, and the third. And then he walked out and saw two niggas just going at it on the couch. So he was like, yeah, okay. So after one, I won't be here anymore.
But that's what I'm saying is that with a lot of these people, bro, if they don't participate, and you have to understand how much power Diddy has, bro. That's the one thing that you have to understand. When you want to piss off people who have power, they can stunt your career, bro. They can really fuck your career up.
They can.
He blew Kid Cudi's car up.
So
and Kid Cudi bought 3 more. So what the fuck does it matter? I get where y'all coming from.
It's just the power part.
But it's just like y'all are. I hate holding one without understanding the other. They don't necessarily have to do the shit. They don't have to.
So we're already at the end of the show.
We are though, but it was hella late. Thank you.
Thanks, bro. I didn't even think about it honestly this whole time.
We are definitely on air.
Hold everybody accountable, bro. Like you're about to do this wrestling event, the WWE event. They're telling you to bring your shit, and we gonna rock out. We're gonna put you in front of some faces. Now, if the Rock comes in the room and starts rubbing your thigh, and you like, well, this is just for an opportunity. It's up to Monty to say, nah, I ain't cool.
You're right, 100%, and I understand what you're saying in that aspect. I do. Some people are just not built that way. Some people are like, this is all I gotta do.
When they're weak, they're weak.
Or that's just also some people who are just into that shit, bro. Like some people are just, they're probably just secretly into
money.
Some weird shit.
It's all about money. Motherfuckers is only doing it because of money, and the shit is fucking imaginary.
It's all weird to me. But anyway, all right. So we're gonna wrap the show up right there. Shit, man. Next week, I'm gonna be going to WrestleMania this weekend, so I will not be here next week. We won't be having a show. Because I'm going to be just getting back from WrestleMania and I'm not going to want to do a show. But until the week after that, we do have a guest coming on. I'm trying to remember. It's a different podcast. The 2 guys are going to come on. Pause. And we're going to be.
Why did you have to say pause for that?
Y'all just said about the dudes fucking on the couch.
Oh.
And then I just said 2 guys are coming on.
Oh, coming on what?
To the show.
Oh.
Anyway. All right. Well, until next week, I appreciate everybody for tuning in.
See y'all.
Well, until the week after.